Hey guys, this is day 26 of a 100-day monk mode challenge, and today we're listening to my insights that I've got from working this day. So it's pretty interesting what I'm noticing, that I start to see rules of a monk mode as a little bit restricting to my work. Why? So if I follow strictly all the rules, they are fine, but naturally I do not wake up every day at 4 a.m. Sometimes it's 6 a.m. Sometimes it's even 9 or something, and I do not follow the rule of going to bed at 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. like do the book. So it fluctuates, and sometimes I need a lot of focus on my work, not on recording the insight, not on doing the sport, not on doing the meditation and doing the breaks at a specific time and going to bed at a specific time. So it's hard for me. I'm sorry for the noise in the nature and the village. Life is like this. So it's hard. And yesterday I really did a lot of progress in a project, but I didn't have much of the insights for you. It's like flip of a coin. You either have one side or the other. But I wanted to first share the insights and then move to the social media ideas or stuff that I've been working on today. Insight number 1, find your superpower and keep doubling down on that. What I mean by that, when you are starting out as a business owner, you do not know exactly what you should be, in what niche you should be moving, and what you should be starting, whether the thing that you like, whether the thing that would make you money. But I would focus not on those two directions, but I would focus on just myself, not as a piece of advice, but just from my experience, on the thing that I know works. Okay, from the thing that I know is my superpower, that I am really good at, and then keep doubling down specifically on that. So if I know how to build good physique, I would be doubling down on that. If I know how to do good design, I always double down on that. Ever since I was a kid, so even at the school I really enjoyed doing the presentations, the design itself. And then at the university, maybe 5 years ago, Canva was even launching or something, the program itself, and nobody actually used Canva. It's hard to imagine, but that's how life was then. And I was the only one who started using that, and I started doing some motion design and stuff for all the projects, and I really enjoyed that. And everybody in the university would always ask me about like designing this thing, and asked for paid presentations and stuff. And I knew that was my superpower, and I kept doubling down on that. So I went on web design courses and mobile app courses and UI UX, and then it kept circling round and round, and here I am, having the agency in design and branding again. So for me that worked. That's why I'm saying it. Insight number 2, fall in love with boredom. Great things are not created out of pure shine and excitement. They are created most often from grind, from system, and they work this way. Most of the businesses need to have systems in place for it to run without a leader, and it's all boring. All these sheets, all these numbers, all this stuff, it's so boring. And yesterday I was working on brand book with like guidelines for brand, and creating the that's baby resume, you already know this brand, and creating the stickers, the mascots, all the shiny things was really exciting, because that's new shiny object. But then when you start writing down all the rules for using the logo, you're like, what are all the options in which your logo can be placed in the wrong way, and how can I predict that, and how can I preclude that from happening? And it's not fun. And I spent like a day doing that, and I'm sitting there almost falling asleep. But the outcome I know is worse, that and that's the system that's gonna keep stuff in place. So boredom is pretty good, and that's what happens when you kick out most of the dopamine that you have in your system. You'll have the boredom, and it's okay to be bored. I was listening also to again podcast by Novak Djokovic, and he he was telling the story that he had with his kid. So the kid is like 10 years old, and they had a good morning, went fishing and kayaking, I guess, in the river, and then they went back, and it's around midday, and the kid says, "Hey, I'm bored, Dad. Like, I'm bored. I have nothing to do." And Novak said that it's okay to be bored. Like, that's good. Like, you do not have to do anything with this. You don't have to go jump and do another thing. You had awesome morning, and that's the balance between it. And boredom in business is also really good, because it means that you're staying consistent with the thing that you're doing. Many people have problem with shiny objects, or like lost opportunities, or as Alex Ramosi says, that puts that woman in a red dress. So if you always keep following that woman in red dress, it's shiny and exciting at the first stage, but then you're getting bored of that, and you're no longer interested in that, and you get no result from doing that. So fall in love with the boredom. Insight number 3. Biggest lie ever: I don't have time. When in reality you do not have a system, you do not care about it enough, you are just too scared. You have the time, so stop lying to yourself. The thing that everybody knows in psychology, in personal relations, that's what I figured out with my friends. So when you're asking somebody over, right, or like you want to plan a dinner or like go out for a coffee with somebody, and when they are rejecting you, it's good actually to say no to most of the things. But when person says no, it's most likely not because they do not have place in the calendar, it's just because you are not the priority for them. And we had some arguments with friends when like somebody from a friend group would not come over to us, but would like select another evening, another friend group or another party, and like some of the people would get offended and be like, "Hey, it's not that you, like, we're not the priority for you, right?" So if somebody is not doing something, it means that they have different priorities. In life, we understand that. When in business, when we're saying that we do not have time for improvement, it means that we are either scared of that, it's not our priority, or what else? You don't have a system for that. So I honestly have a problem here. So when I have to lead several projects, right now I'm not, but when I had times when I had to lead several projects, I would be a total mess, because I would keep jumping from one call to another call and have these calls on a daily basis that disrupts the work of the brand designers, that disrupts my work, and it's not good. Like, I should be having updates like on a weekly basis, and that's fine. Why? Because we didn't have SOP, like system in place, detailed system on how to deal with the projects. But I didn't have this problem with sales calls, which we didn't have much, but I have really strict system for sales calls, just because I had a different approach, or maybe at a different time. So I saw the difference in departments where I have the structure and where I don't have the structure. And same for lead generation also. I'm not saying that we like had great results from lead generation. No, we didn't have, but I had so many systems in place for lead generator that at some point I like trained the lead generator. We have the system, and I felt like I am being too lazy, not like focusing on that niche. But that worked pretty like systematic and okay, and not like we had with design and branding. So you should have a system. You should define whether this thing is priority or not. If not, like never mention that again. And yeah, if you're scared of doing that, that's a totally different topic. I do not know yet how to deal with that. I would just say that don't be scared, but it's not working. Sometimes I say it to myself. If I'm scared, like, don't be scared, I'll do this stuff. Being scared still. Insight number 4. Experiment. Experiment in a crazy way. Have you ever woken up at 2 a.m.? Have you ever tried to work without a phone the whole day? Have you ever tried calling 100 people in a day, or any crazy stuff? So, like people do with traveling, they would jump from some mountain, not the mountain, right? But like they would go bungee jumping from some crazy place, or they would like dive in a river with crocodiles or something. Not like dive, maybe like swim. Or like, there are so many crazy things that people do in life, and it enriches their life, right? But I'm not telling you to like go risk your life. No, I mean, from business perspective, there are so many interesting series and views on how you can do business that why not try and learn them and find out which one works for you. It's like, it's a weird analogy, but it's like religion. So I believe you're born with some religion, right? Or with some faith, I don't know. And with religion, not with faith. But then most of the people would just keep living their life with the religion they were born with. But there is some percentage that really learns the difference between like Islam and Buddhism and Christianity, and they would find out, so this one has this benefits and this one has this like downsides. I'm being pragmatic here, it's too bad, but still. They figure out the difference and they figure out which one serves them better, and they like dive in the one that they like. Same with series in business. Why don't you learn more about that? I actually, like, that's just the idea came up just now, that I have to learn more series from business perspective. I learned some from like economy perspective in the university, but not enough. And people have tried so many crazy experiments. I watched, I was younger, I used to watch YouTube channel by Nathan. So I forgot the name of the guy. I'm always forgetting the names. But he made experiments of like working a day like Da Vinci did, or spending a day like Benjamin Franklin, right? And there were different approaches, and some of the great minds of our humanity would spend, I forgot who that was, but he would work like 2 hours, like 3 hours, and sleep 1 hour or something, and again and again and again, like the whole day. Somebody would, I guess that was, sorry, the one that drew sunflowers with a cut off ear. One got, and he would go out to the balcony and would work like for like 8 to 12 hours in the flow. Obviously, that was easier to do without phones, without like your daily problems. But that's also an interesting experiment. What if you like working in a certain way? What if you find your path? And I really learned that it boosted my creativity when I find things that I like personally, and it doesn't matter for me how much sleep I get. It matters at the end, but I really love mornings for some reason. I don't know why, because it's summer right now, so it's colder in the morning. It's more quiet in the morning, more even than evening, right? And nobody is awake at like 4 a.m. or something, and you are there on your own, and all you can do is just focus on work, and you're doing so much better, and you're so much inspired, and you're so much well rested after a night that it's like, it's my magical hours. Really, nobody disturbs you. You are in a great mood, and you have so much energy, and it's so amazing. I do not care about the fact that nobody, like, I don't have to wake up at 4 a.m. But I really enjoy doing that. So if you experiment, and you can find that way. And I don't think that many people really experience it much. I can tell you a crazy fact. Yeah. So I sometimes do experiments like 30 days of only taking ice showers, or like really crazy stuff. Not that much, but so yesterday I tried washing my head with Axe. And I heard that on one of the, this health and wellness podcasts and stuff. That's not the reason why I'm wearing a hat right now. It's okay. Like, people did that years and years back ago, and it's totally off the topic today, but I thought that was interesting to share with you. So it has like no sulfates and no chemicals, but it has only nutrients that people use in hair masks, and like it's pretty healthy if you use eggs like that long term, but it's not convenient. You have to sit there in a shower for like 20 minutes with eggs on your head, and it's if you are washing that off from your hair with a hot water or with even warm water, there is a risk that these eggs might be cooked right at your head. And so that's funny. I don't think that I'm going to be using that on a daily basis, but that was interesting for me to experiment. I'm like, can I do that? Can I actually switch to some natural shampoos? not at this point, but experimenting was fun. So make your business a bit more interesting, enjoyable, or fun with experiments. And the last insight that I have, you are getting close, that's why it's getting tough. Yes. That's the belief that I have. I think that I'm really close, really close. The things that I'm working right now, I wanted to share some content pieces with you. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do that in the next video because I'll be more prepared. But just wanted to tell you that I guess I finally figured out the level of content quality that we need. The problem is production. It's hard to keep up with production and rhythm and post it timely. But we'll see where that will go. Today is like social media content day and it's evening, it's 6 p.m. Should go for a run sometime also. And not sure if I'll be able to edit and record week worth of content in these hours. So see you tomorrow and take care.